Welcome to Classics for Kids. John Philip Sousa, the most American of composers, was born in Washington, D.C. in 1854. Sousa was the son of immigrants, people born in another country who moved here. His mother came from Germany, and his father's family was from Portugal, where Sousa is a very common name. Sousa's father played trombone in the United States Marine Band. Even before he started school, John Philip Sousa took music lessons.
Fishing,
he learned to
cooking,
play
enjoy
all
food,
kinds
chop
of
trees,
instruments,
mine,
including
raise a cat,
violin,
raise a dog,
flute,
birdwatch,
piano,
catch
cornet,
insects, ride a bike,
and
design
trombone.
clothes, wear a couple
After some
outfits,
neighbors
hold
complained,
hands, dance,
Sousa got
take
extra
selfies.
help
There
on
are
the
no
trombone from
limits.
his dad.
You can do anything.
By the time
This
Sousa
is the
was
ultimate
13,
high
he
freedom,
was
super
good
healing
enough that
life
the leader of a
simulation
circus
game,
band tried to
Heartopia.
talk him
Let's
into
start by
running off with
creating our
them.
exclusive
But when his
avatar. The
father found out
customization
about the
really
plan,
gets what we
he
want,
stuck Sousa in the
especially the
Marine
two-tone hair.
Band instead.
It totally speaks to me. There are so many colors to choose from. It's hard to pick just one. Eye shapes and
Semper Fidelis was Sousa's personal favorite of all the marches he wrote. It was even played at his funeral, although probably not as cheerfully. Semper Fidelis is the Marine Corps motto. It's Latin for always faithful. Sousa was pretty faithful to the Marine Band. He played in it for 7 years. After that, Sousa played violin in theater orchestras, which is how he met his wife. She was a singer in a production of a Gilbert and Sullivan operetta. He was in the orchestra. Sousa wrote operettas too, 15 of them. Eventually, John Philip Sousa went back to the Marines and became its conductor. He led very strict rehearsals, so the band started to sound very good. And Sousa made changes in the music that the Marine Band played. He weeded out pieces that weren't so good and added new ones that were, especially marches that he wrote. The Washington Post newspaper asked John Philip Sousa to compose a piece to promote an essay contest for its readers. So he did, and he named the march Washington Post. The Washington Post became a #1 hit both as a march and as a dance in America and Europe. At that point, a British writer said that if Johann Strauss Jr. was the waltz king, then John Philip Sousa was the march king, and the name March King stuck. After nearly 12 years leading the Marine Band in concerts all over the United States, John Philip Sousa left to start a band of his own. The Sousa Band was not a military band or a marching band. It was a concerts band. The famous Sousa Band played to sold-out houses all over America, toured Europe more than once, and spent all of 1911 on a round-the-world tour. During World War I, Sousa enlisted in the Navy as a band director. By then, he was 62 years old and a millionaire, so he told the Navy to pay him a salary of just $1 a month. Sousa felt very strongly about training young musicians. He spent lots of time helping school bands and orchestras, and he made improvements to band instruments. The marching tuba that wraps around your body is named for him, the sousaphone. At the age of 77, John Philip Sousa was still conducting. The night he died, he had just finished rehearsing for a concert. The last piece he conducted in that rehearsal was his most famous march, The Stars and Stripes Forever. Next week, the stories, the words, and some alternate words to The Stars and Stripes Forever. I'm Naomi Lewin. I write classics for kids and produce it with Tim Lanter at WGUC Cincinnati. I hope you can join me again for more classics for kids.
The first anger recorded in scriptures led directly to the first murder. Welcome back to Today in the Word, the daily devotional from Moody Bible Institute, and I'm John Gagin. The sixth commandment forbids murder. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus raised the bar, though, and connects murder to anger. Today in the Word, we read in Matthew 5, verse 22, anyone who says, "You fool," will be in danger of the fire of hell. That same verse goes on to say that to be angry at someone and to insult them are all equivalent actions. As Proverbs indicates, the sin of anger multiplies out to other related sins. To be angry in this context means to desire to harm, damage, or destroy, the opposites of loving your neighbor. One commentator explains that the anger here is ongoing, or continuing anger, not a momentary emotion, but a deliberate and resentful choice to remain angry. Now, if we have been angry in this way, including feeling scorn or hatred for another, or expressing derision or disrespect for them, we have broken the sixth commandment. That is, we have broken the spirit of the commandment, God's standard of true holiness, and are deserving judgment in hell. As followers of Christ, we must therefore rid ourselves of anger and rage. As with Cain, this sin crouches at our door and waits for us to yield to temptation. Godly love, by contrast, is not easily angered. In James' practical words, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. You can dig deeper into this study as you visit our website at todayintheword.org. And why not invite a friend to join you as well? todayintheword.org.
Damascus Touch, 98.7 DZFE, presenting masters of lasting music and a master of everlasting life. Welcome back to Gallery. We come now to a highlight. Composed in Salzburg in 1775, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's Violin Concerto No. 3 in G key 2 is one of 5 violin concertos written by the 19-year-old composer Nikki. The 3-movement concerto features the soloist in the lyrical display, engaging in dialogue with the orchestra. Our violinist is Alexander Bergolansky. He features with the Mozart Festival Orchestra under Alberto Lizio.
Please move! Garbage! Garbage!